I'm going to be starting a series called Bathroom Talks, which is me discussing various different topics in my bathroom, giving my point of view and what I think overall about the topic. So, my name is Nafis, I'm 19 years old, and I'm on my self improvement journey, and I want to help you guys on your self improvement journeys as well. So, topic of this video is how to improve your mental health. So, I got my little notebook right here because I'm not that good at speaking in front of a camera yet, but as I do it over time, I should get better. Now, it's very common for people nowadays, regardless of age or gender, to have bad or suboptimal mental health. It's very common, but it's not normal. Modern society has conditioned us into having poor well being and thinking you need some special treatment or some pill to treat that problem. I might sound like a dick for saying this, but you can improve your mental health in a pretty fast amount of time. It could be a few weeks or a few months. But if you apply these two actionable steps in this video, you should see some level of improvement in your mental health. Now, it's not to say you will go from absolute zero, like the shittiest of the shittiest. Like, it's not to say that you'll go from having complete depression, having like suicidal thoughts and stuff, all the way to having like the most perfect, the most optimal mental health. But what I am saying is that you will see some level of improvement. And some improvement is better than no improvement. But if you really like take this video seriously and apply the actionable steps, you should be in a pretty good place, or at least very even better than you are right now in the next few weeks or months. So the two simple steps of improving your mental health is number one, cut out the bad habits or vices. And number two, implement good habits that make you better as an individual. Now, what most people don't understand is that humans are habitual constructs. We are creatures of habit. So if we do something for a prolonged period of time, this shapes our identity. So, perfect example, if you're a person that excessively smokes all the time, you're gonna be a person who's a smoker, a guy or a girl who smokes all the time. And the same thing could be about drinking. It could be about doing drugs, watching porn, whatever the case may be. So these habits, like watching porn, drinking too much alcohol, smoking too much, eating junk foods, playing too much video games, scrolling on social media too much, and overall doing these unproductive things will make you worse as an individual over time. So you want to try your best to like at least reduce or cut out these bad habits. And number two is implementing good habits to replace those bad habits. So what are some good habits, you may be asking? It could be working out, it could be reading, it could be meditation, it could be journaling, expressing gratitude to the world, gratitude to God. It could be eating healthier foods, sleeping right, so on and so forth. These things will help you become better as an individual and ultimately improve your mental state. Now, what I said about habits earlier, it takes about 30 or so days to ingrain in new habits, and it takes the same amount of time to remove a habit. So, and I want to make the argument that getting rid of bad habits is way harder than ingraining in a good habit, because bad habits tend to be more addictive in by nature, right? Because of the instant gratification and the pleasure it gives. In humans by nature, they either go towards pleasure or they get away from pain, which is it's called the pleasure pain principle. I forgot who exactly created it, but it's absolutely true. And thing about bad habits is that a lot of them tend to be more pleasurable, like watching porn in the moment, eating that fucking Twinkie or that Hershey candy bar, playing that video game, playing fucking Call of Duty or Fortnite in the moment. All these things, they feel good in the moment, but as time progresses, you become a worse individual. And what's even worse is that you might feel good in the moment you're doing it, but right after, you feel like absolute shit. Nobody has ever said in their life, "Oh yeah, I'm super grateful that I jacked off to some porn." Or, "Man, I feel so accomplished from playing 10 hours of video games in a day." Nobody has ever said that. Which goes to show that when people are indulging in bad habits, they know for a fact that they're doing something wrong. They know for a fact that they shouldn't be doing these things. So the main point is you want to reduce or eliminate these bad habits. Preferably eliminate. But chances are you're not going to just go cold turkey like that. It takes some time to reduce and completely eliminate a bad habit. And the same thing for good habits. It will take some time to slowly but surely implement them into your daily routine. But I'll say this. Implementing a good habit is way easier than getting rid of a bad habit. Make sure you guys stay hydrated. Water is super good for you. Make sure you drink a gallon a day. Oh yeah, what I was saying. So implementing good habits is way easier than getting rid of a bad habit. It should take roughly a similar amount of time to implement good habits and as it will to get rid of a bad one. But what you want to do is every single day, you want to at least implement one good habit. It could be reading a page or two a day. And yeah, I said a page or two because some of you guys just don't like reading at all. I used to be that way too, but now I actually like reading. So you want to start slowly but surely, like progressive overload in the gym. You want to do something that's manageable and pretty easy at start, but you slowly but surely incrementally add more volume, or you want to make the thing a bit harder than before. So you go from reading a page or two a day to eventually reading 5 pages a day, then 10 pages a day, then 20, so on and so forth. And eventually you'll end up reading a fucking whole book a day. Who wouldn't want to do that? And the same could apply to anything else. So if you don't work out, start working out. Get a gym membership. Start doing some calisthenics. Or walk every single day. You want to get your body moving in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, you just want to start slow, but slowly but surely, incrementally add more. How should I say it? In gym terms, it could be volume or intensity. But in like a real life example, in terms of the context of this topic, it could be adding more, making the overall thing harder. Like I just said earlier, like going from reading 1 page a day to eventually 5 pages and 10 pages. I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say. And the same thing could be about bad habits. You slowly but surely reduce the bad habits. So if you watch porn every day, watch it every other day. Then watch it every 2 days, every 3 days, to the point you're watching it only a few times a week. And then if you're watching like 3 to 4 times a week, that's progress. And you should be happy that you made that level of progress. Once you're watching it only 3 to 4 times a week, make it twice a week, then eventually once a week. You get what I'm saying? If you slowly but surely, progressively deload the amount of times you do a bad habit, without a doubt that over time you will get rid of that bad habit. So yeah, it's about progressive overloading or deloading. Think in gym terms, and it could practically, and it's practical for this as well. So hopefully, guys, hopefully this was informative. I know that the way I articulate myself is a bit off, but like this is my second YouTube video, and over time my speech will get better. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Have a good day.